We're talking about mass incarceration and why it affects us so much more than any other ethnicity or culture. You know, 5 to 6 times more black people more than likely be in prison than white people, whatnot. In your opinion, when we only make up 13% of the population, why is that the case?
Excellent question, excellent question. Well, you know, the reality of it is, you know, the systemic racism that has always targeted us, no matter whether it's in health, no matter whether it's incarceration, no matter business, work, at the end of the day, we always end up getting the end of the stick that is worse in the community as it relates to our people and our young people. You know, one of the things that we specialize in counseling, domestic violence, anger management, individual counseling, and we work with young people who have traumatic issues as it relates to being incarcerated. So the courts send them to us. What we do is work with them, you know, whether it's a 16-week, 24-week, 52-week program, and we actually sit with these young people and listen to the issues that they're dealing with. And most of those issues start at home. Okay. So when we talk about empowerment, accountability actually starts with us. We find out that most of the trauma that these young people are dealing with starts at home.
How do you help them get past that trauma? Because it's already happened. Right. But now they're in prison, now they're paying for it. Right. How do you help them to make that transition, get past that trauma?
It is a journey, just like anything else. You know, trauma affects us as a community, and especially young people, because, you know, you have young minds. Trauma, you know, affects them by lowering IQs. Trauma affects them by, there's a fear factor involved. You know, which makes many of our young people even more dangerous. You talked about what's going on now as opposed to then. The fear factor is a direct result of what happened at home, witnessing domestic violence, not being able to go to school without worrying about getting shot, police violence that they have to deal with on a daily basis, micro assaults on their humanity takes place on a daily basis. So what we try to do is just provide a place for them to have a conversation. We'll set up meetings 3 times a week where they'll come in, sit down in a comfortable, confidential group, and be able to talk about their issues, what's going on at home. You know, the father might be in jail, the mother might be an alcoholic, or not. But something is going on at home that's causing, you know, trauma for that young person. So we give them a chance to talk about it.
Because of everything that you guys talked about, sometimes I think the trauma, it can be ingrained in our minds, depending on what community you grew up in. You just see that, it's almost like a rite of passage in a sense when it comes to a child. You see your cousins, you see your uncles, you may even see your dad go to prison or whatever, and you follow those same footsteps. So it's almost like